Now, I know I'm probably going to make a wrong assumption here, but I'm thinking we've been talking about all the different types of floors you guys clean, and we're talking concrete now. That's just easy, right? That you just, boom, you get on that, huh?
Should be.
Yeah, but it's not, right? I've been learning this from you. It's never as easy as it seems. There's a way of approaching cleaning concrete. What's yours?
Yeah, so, I mean, most people know that the easiest thing to do if you have a small area is just power wash it.
Yeah.
Which is a great method. If you're familiar with a power washer and you throw the right chemical in there, or you've got a powerful power washer to kind of double entendre there, that's number one. The bigger you get, you're talking about going and getting, they're kind of scrub pads that have these kind of diamond blades on them. Usually bring those out if you've got, for example, a big warehouse. They want the concrete floor back to original, but they've got 30 years of grease on the floor. You're gonna sit there hand scraping that and power washing it for 3-4 days.
Wow.
But you can go get these, these scrub pads that they just eat away at that grease.
You say diamond tipped?
Yeah, they're
really. I mean,
kind of like
wow.
They're kind of like ceramic bits.
Yeah.
If you're working on tile or anything, but they're just real wide and they're in a giant circle, and you slap it on the pad. And you let that thing go to work. If you're using that on something that's too thin, you can start to damage and groove that concrete. So you kind of have to know where you're at.
Yeah.
But yeah, power washer, diamond bit scrubbers, and then we work a lot with Sunbelt. They have these great riding machines that are just giant scrubbers and squeegees. And after you've sprayed, what we use, this very, very powerful chemical that just eats away and corrodes at all that grease. You go in with that big machine, and it brings that entire warehouse or that concrete floor back to life.
How if it's really, really dirty, is that a 2-day thing? I mean, do you need like a day to get in there just to get the junk off and up, and then another day to put down a sealer?
Usually with concrete floors, it's predominantly big warehouses.
Yeah.
And normally what happens is a company's moving out, and the owner wants us to kind of get the warehouse back in order for the new company to move in. So depending on the size, you're talking about one day going in and leaf blowing, getting all the junk out of there. You're talking about the second day scrubbing every inch of that floor to get the grease off, whether that's with manual labor, with a bunch of different, you got 6 people in the crew. And
you might get some gum and stuff down there, literally on your hands.
Or you're using that diamond bit. You're talking, depending on the size, you're talking about like 5 to 6 days to get the entire warehouse power washed and scrubbed. You got to wait for the machines to come in. And some of those hold 60 gallons, some of them hold 40 gallons. So you're talking about emptying that.
Yeah, right.
And dry time, and you have to get the right degreaser chemical. It's got to be FDA approved. It's got to be environmentally safe, because one, your crew is working there. You don't want anyone to have any,
Sure.
And two, the next, staff and company that's coming in, you want to make sure you're not using anything harmful for them in the future. So once that chemical is down, you kind of just got to let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then you can, go back and swing at this thing.
You guys have done a few of these, haven't you?
Yeah,
that's great.
We've done a few in our day.
Yeah, and haven't messed up yet, right?
Not yet.
No,
Fingers crossed.
These guys are really careful about stuff. It's really fantastic, and I've come to appreciate that.
Thanks.
After talking to you about all that, the way you approach any kind of floor, even concrete.
Yeah, thank you.